Hello, good people. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning from wherever you are. I hope you're having a good time in this Christmas festive. As you can hear outside, we're equally having, kids doing their thing, that sleeping too much, I guess, resting as it may be, as we build up to the holidays. And it can never come at a good time, taking time off is a good thing. So, yes, so today I actually wasn't really up for doing an episode, but this has been triggered by the fact that I'm around, and I'm like, okay, let me just do something while at it. So, but however, the topic I'm going to talk about is something called, well, the topic itself may not necessarily be an issue, but I was reading a book by the famous, I think he's, I want to say investment, he's a fund manager, a gentleman called Ray Dalio. I think he's written a book called Principles. I would highly recommend it. Maybe I'll see if I can find the cover and I'll share with you. Actually, I thought I had it here. I would have shown you this book. But anyway, or even just hold on, I'll show you the book. Principles. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't find the book. I think it's in one of my maybe at the office or something. Anyway, so I was reading this book, and I think I got to a certain point, and Ray Dalio was talking about how he runs his organization as a machine, right? And it made me reflect on, on how a machine, in a sense, would operate. I mean, because let's say if you in the business of manufacturing, right, you would understand that if, let's say, let's take an example of a soft drink manufacturing plant, right? You would have, it will be a process where at every stage, perhaps there's the mixing, then there's the water flowing, there's then at a certain point, the drink goes into the bottle has to be, there's a cup, another stage, then maybe there's branding, boom, it's released, right? So, but then that made me actually think about a machine. For me, my mind went straight to a car. And I was thinking, okay, driving in itself is an interesting thing because there's always a fine line between what it could do to you and what it could do for you, right? So let's take an example of if you look at it in detail, if I left my house to go to work, right? In the process, the idea is to get to my destination, point A to point B, right? However, right, if I close my eyes while on the highway, the results are obvious. This machine that is gonna take me to my place of work could easily, I could easily find myself, in an accident and I could easily die. Or if I hit the brakes, the result is obvious. It will stop, so that means I want to get to my destination. So, in a moment's notice, I have control. I can control my destiny, or if it has a mechanical fault, right, that it has nothing to do with my involvement, then it can control me, meaning that actually I could lose the ability to stop the car or to control the speed, then run into another car, right? So I could easily die. So if I think about that from where I stand, in the perspective of business and life, and so let's say if you have a goal, or if you're running a business, if you close your eyes, if you take your eyes off that is now you driving and closing your eyes, in this typical driving scenario, you will die. In the typical business life scenario, the business will not work. It will definitely collapse. So, in the end of the day, it's okay. If you end up either not pursuing, right, or being attentive, being alive to the reality of going and doing and seeing through, right, the drive, or just close your eyes, you will not get to your destination. Similar to the business, it will not get anywhere, right? Now, but at that time, I happened to be at a cafe, at a restaurant, and I said, okay, let me try a social experiment. Let me ask. Maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe perhaps people do. I see things differently. But let's say let me try to engage and ask people around me whether how they could see a car, and if in fact they would be relatable from where they stand to life, and if there was any relation, what that would look, or what that would come out from their own perspective. Now, first I called there was a gentleman who was one of the baristas, the coffee baristas, and I think it was called John or something. So like, hey, chief, he had come to deliver my order. So I'm like, okay, just a quick question. When you see, so because I pointed at the parking lot and I asked him, okay, when you look outside, what do you see? Oh, it's like, okay, I see cars, in the parking lot, and yeah, like, okay, how do you relate these cars, if anything, to life? Okay. So he's like, these are just cars. Just there to transport you, and that's it. Like, so I try to, tell him. For me, when I look at these cars, I'm looking at a machine, but I'm looking at it from a point of view of life as life is as we know it. To me, these are things that I see that they could actually be. I try to explain to him the way I've just explained to you guys, the fact that if you take your eyes off the ball, off the brakes, you will die. The same way, if you are doing, I told him the same way. I believe if you're doing doing life is not far from driving a car. Like, you man, you're overthinking. In Swahili say kwenda huko. Hey, you stop. Why are you overthinking? I'm like, okay. So, because this guy was, this guy in his 20s, I thought, okay, maybe it's him, and that's how he is. Maybe it's because he's a much younger person, perhaps, So I said, okay. Fortunately, there was an older gentleman, a client who had now come to show up and stuff. So I kind of like, because I was like doing like a social experiment in real time. So I think this guy, he looked like a gentleman in his either late 50s or early 60s. So I interrupt him a little bit between his shopping and as he was waiting for his coffee. Like, I ran the same scene through for him. So for him, so when I asked him, what do you see when you see cars? Like, okay. I mean, like, for cars are certainly they are critical and essential for our, especially convenience and movement. They're certainly critical for us moving from point A to point B, and that's the value, and that's pretty much what I see. So I ran the same scenario for him, hoping that trying to see what he would make of it. In fact, he said in Swahili, this is Lewi, meaning I don't understand what you're saying. And then he actually just walked out on me. So I was like, okay. Anyway, I said, fine. I'll still come and share with you this 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 topic. But it was interesting. But of course, after that, I sort of like ran through the thought process with different people. There are those that actually so picked it like, actually, yeah, you make sense. Because I mean, if you come think of it, driving is actually, you're running life as is. I mean, so anyway, so from where I stand, I think that driving, the act of driving is quite similar to the act of running life, doing a business, managing things. Because if you close your eyes when you're driving, similar to taking your eyes off the goal when you're doing a business or trying to achieve a goal, 100% certainly you will crash, right? Or that business will not get anywhere. So anyway, that is where I stand when it comes down to driving and life. So my take home would be in what you do, if you're driving or doing business, just always remember, if you don't get the goal out there, if you don't achieve the objective, if you don't pursue consistency, if you don't take your eyes off the ball, you will not get your destination. You will, if you don't take your eyes off the ball, you will get there. If you take your eyes off the ball, you're gonna crash. You will not get to where you want to be. You will not certainly achieve that goal, and in the end, it will be effort that will not yield to anything. So I'd love to hear what you think, or what you suggest, or rather what this speaks to you, and if anything, whether or not it you agree, or even if you don't agree per se, or if you see an element of connection, let me know. Sorry for the noise outside. We have holiday. I think kids in the holiday mood, so they're playing quite heavily. But I hope that you can get the message, and all is getting set for you and for your family and for your people around you for the holidays. So, without taking too much, this is a short episode because I thought I want to talk about this. I wish you happy weekend, and looking forward to catching you in the next one. Kwaheri, bye bye. Mungu abariki, God bless you. Mungu abariki Africa, God bless Africa. Richard out.